So Drake's out here starting fights now. What are you doing? You just got out of a case and you're trying to get into a case. What are you doing? What are we doing? How's it going, Yatu Savas community and YouTube? It's your boy Jtomreactions, and I'm here and I'm back with another edition of Jtomreactions. Yeah. Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed. So apparently Drake's out here starting fights now. I don't know if you could call this a fight, but who better than to go to talk about this than Fantastic Hip Hop? He's the best person to go to with this Drake coverage because he gets petty, I get petty, and that's all we do. We get petty. But before we do that, I just want to go ahead and shout out Scott Delbick and Trashman706. Trashman706 and Scott Delbick. Hey, welcome. And if you guys want to become a part of this Yatu Savas community, all you guys got to do is like, comment, subscribe, do the you could do the Yatu Savas thing, but also do the YouTube thing. Like, comment, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Also, go ahead and hit that hype button. So that way, you know, YouTube can put me in the algorithm. Also, share it with your family and friends and hit that noti bell and have them hit that noti bell as well. Now, Fantastic Hip Hop. Tell me, when it comes to Drake, Yatu Savas, you already know. Fantastic Hip Hop. Let's go.
Now listen, they are really mad at me. They don't want me to say it, and they really don't want you to hear this. So what I gotta say before we go any further is make sure to leave a like. Seriously, leave a like so everybody can see how Drake just got humiliated in one of the most upfront and direct ways we have ever seen. So just get ready and say it with me. Now when it comes to Drake!
Well, hey, yo. He went Super Saiyan on that? Holy shit. Fantastic Hip Hop just went Super Saiyan on this?
Say it with me. Now when it...
Oh no. So you know what kind of time he's going to be on this video. Y'all know what kind of time he's going to be on this video. Oh snap. Let's go.
It comes to Drake! Well, if you are ready to see how in a rare moment where there was actually a camera to record it, well...
Yo, he even sounded like Goku at one point.
We got to see Drake when he is in a real-life confrontation, and with this, we just got one of the most embarrassing moments we have ever seen from this loser, ever. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe.
Oh, no.
And now, really, as what?
He's pointing at him saying, hey, I'm going to take you to court. We're going to court. You and me, we're going to go to court. I'm going to see you in court, sir. You're going to talk to my lawyers. My lawyers are going to start contacting you. All right, let's go.
What this clip from Drake is showing right now really does have the potential to go absolutely viral, as it's just showing us footage of a man and a loser acting within a way like we really never get to see within this direct of a way. I have to say, and I really have to say this, is they don't want you to see this, and they don't want me to keep telling these stories. But be sure to leave a like and subscribe because it really...
If y'all want to see this uninterrupted, go ahead and click that link in the description. It'll take you directly to this video and do the YouTube thing for him. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all already know. Let's go.
Really does make sure that no matter what, Well, Drake Day is always going to be a humiliating one for all of the OVO Cupcake Clown losers and for the Cupcake himself. And so, right now, what's going on? Well, it all comes down to a clip that has seemingly come out from the waterworks. And while it's
Right.
not brand new, it is from one of the last few years or so, and maybe is even a few months ago. And well, what it features is something good, which is Drake. Well, getting into a major confrontation, going Mega Karen crash out crybaby mode, and then
With his Drake hands. You're going to talk to my lawyers. You are going to get in contact. You're going to hear from God Libby. You're going to hear from him. Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm going to see you in court, bucko.
walking and running away and pretty much trying to pretend like he needs to be held back or something. Meanwhile, we knew he was going to do absolutely nothing because just look at him. And so listen, I could keep talking and hyping up how embarrassing this thing is, but we do have the clip, so I am just going to...
He's that one guy that's like, hold me back. Hold me back. Nobody's holding him back. Hold me back. Hold me back. Ah! Hold me back. That's Drake.
play it and sit back, relax. Make sure to leave a like if you have not already and watch the clip for yourself.
Hold me back.
And you know what?
Nobody's
We just
holding
got to
him
run
back.
back this clip one more time because I can't even believe what we are seeing. Just look at
snap.
Drake get mad like a loser. And run it back one more time because we really
Go.
just got to take another look at this.
Go.
And
Run
so,
it back.
Yeah, that's the clip, and this is the moment from Drake that may just go viral as it's showing.
Oh my God. Hey. Another L, man. I'm jotting this down as an L. It's like you're doing everything to be put in a public light. I think you're doing this to yourself at this point. I think you're doing it to yourself. You're giving us material at this point. I don't know what it is. It just something smells fishy about all these L's that you're taking. Like, okay. Us as reactors, we saw your lawsuit and we laughed at it. We scoffed at it. We said, this is an abomination. How are you going to sue over this? And you still went through with it. You still went and you did it. Only to take an L. Again, it was a W at the same time because nobody got hurt in that lawsuit. Nobody took really an L. The only person that took an L again was you going back and trying to get it appealed in the appeals court. And then you've been taking L's all year, as well as the end of 2024. So is it something that, do you like it? At this point, that's the question we need to ask. Do you like it? Do you like taking L's? Because to be honest, I'm getting tired of seeing you take L's. You know? I have Drake fatigue at this point, but I'm just doing it because it's one of those things, man. You see a person, like you have to document this shit. This is documentable. That's not a word, but it's documentable shit that we have to do. This is going in history. Jot it down. Like at this point, we need to start tallying up how many L's you're taking. Let's go.
us a side to him that we have never seen. And
Hold me back.
honestly, this thing is just so funny that I can't believe that we are lucky enough that somebody
Oh, Lord.
recorded this and Drake's little guys didn't try to intimidate them and tell them to delete it. But what's going on here actually? Well, happens to be that Drake was in Turks and Caicos, which obviously, if you followed any of the lore, if you remember Kendrick Lamar calling him out in the beef, and you just see how Drake acts, where he runs away to when things get tough, and what he does overall, well, this is one of his favorite spots where, you know, he goes and does the things that he does, which I don't really want to know everything that is going down when Drake is on these trips, but you know they are probably pathetic, shameful, and disgusting. And I guess when Drake was going to one of the clubs there and going to one of the spots, he got kicked out of his section in Turks and Caicos and where he was. And as a result of this, he decided to go Mega Karen, which, listen, I gotta slow this thing down, and we just gotta really look at this, because to see Drake like this is a rare moment, and we don't really get to see this quite a lot. And I mean, just see Drake pull out the Karen finger point emote, which, wow. I mean, after all of the talking that this guy does, Kendrick Lamar must have seen this or knew that this is how Drake faces issues, and that must have been one of the many reasons why he was so confident in his own abilities and knew Drake was always gonna fail. Because seriously, to see Drake get into a fight and he's pulling out the finger point and trying to act all tough, and then he does it again and he keeps doing it. And if this was how I was gonna try and confront somebody, I just wouldn't confront them at all, because while you're walking out and getting pushed out of the club, and at the same time you keep trying to throw that finger up and trying to act all big, come on, man, what did he say to you? And I really did try to find when this came out, but I am assuming it is sometime in 2024 or 2025, but I can't be for certain. But I mean, you almost wonder if they said something that was related to the lyrics and Not Like Us, or related to the beef, or something about Kendrick Lamar, and that's what caused Drake to just look like this much of a loser in a fight like this in the first place.
Now, you know, they do say that if you try to act big, you can scare even a lion away from whatever it is. You could try to scare away a lion from trying to attack you, even before it starts to pounce on you. You have to act bigger than it, even though you're not. If you act bigger than that lion or said mountain lion, if you try to be animated and scream and do all of this nonsense and point your fingers like this and say, you're lucky I'm being held back, it'll make the said lion go away. Or if you play dead, if you play dead, maybe it'll leave you alone. Maybe it'll leave you alone. But in this case, Drake using his hands, Drake using his Drake hands, that was it. He was just trying to make a scene to make himself look better in that situation, because people knew that he got his section taken away. So he thought, let me make a scene so that way I don't look bad at the end of the day, or so that way I can humiliate myself and get myself into the internet again so people can make fun of me.
All together. But now seriously, we got to continue just looking at this embarrassing clip after you see Drake get all mad and he's in his Karen bag and he keeps pointing his finger. Well, what is crazy here is that after the finger pointing at whoever he is pointing at, which we just don't know, Drake goes full meltdown mode, as you also start to see him yell at the bouncer here, who he really, when you look at his face, seems to be very mad at and said some nasty stuff too, as it looks like the guy pretty much told him, Drake, you gotta get the heck out of here. And even with that, you know, it's funny because after Drake always runs around with this moniker to any of the places that he loves to run away to and be immature at, that he's like the mayor of, or that he just runs in general and he controls it more than anybody else, And he constantly says this with the 6 and any of these other locations like Turks and Caicos or like the Bahamas, where it always seems like he's running and escaping to not just see Drake get into a fight with another person, but to see the security put his hand near him, push him out of the venue, yell at Drake, and Drake yell back at him. Once again, we see that these notions that Drake tries to push away and always try to pull are just an absolute.
That goes back to what I was talking about. If you try to make yourself look bigger, you can get a mountain lion out of, my bad. You can get like a bigger animal that's, if you're scared of it, don't show your fear. Try to make yourself look bigger than what you are.
Lie, and it's all a facade, just like this fake tough guy thing that he tries to do on the mic. Because again, when you even think about some of the stuff Drake says in diss tracks and the way he tried to rap to Kendrick, and then you see the sassy.
You know what? I think I figured it out. Look at that. Oh, I stopped it on the right time too. Wow. I stopped it on the right time, man. Oh, man. It's been your boy, Jtomreactions. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Hey. Try to make yourself bigger than what you are. I think I figured it out. I think I figured this out. Damn.
Cupcake Karen finger point.
Fake it till you make it.
That he is doing within this meltdown, you see exactly where the difference is, and you just see how Drake is an actor who is playing a character anytime he is anywhere near the mic or the public light when he is representing the Drake name. And so, as we are very limited on information with this whole fight, but we just see Drake get kicked out of the club. He storms out, he's doing the whole hold me back thing, even though we know he's gonna do nothing. But then, we see him angrily walk to the car, it looks like, with all of his little OVO buddies and his team. Man. Some of the only information we have to go off of is the captions, which says Drake getting into a fight after they gave his section away in Turks and Caicos. And then it says, damn, they gave my boy section away, he acting bad. Which now with this, well, once again, this just adds more proof and further validates this entire claim that Drake really does not run the things that he tries to brag about running so constantly. And if anything, well, again, he is getting kicked out of the club more than he is actually running everything. But what I also find interesting here is that they say Drake was acting bad and that's why they gave his section away. Which, I really did try to dig around and try to see if there could be any more stuff found on this. And yeah, there's really not a lot of information on this whole thing. And the only real info you can find are just comments from Drake stans who are trying to call out the establishment, saying they're a joke, saying they'll never go there. All while they are dreading other people and other fan bases finding out this clip because they know exactly the type of optics that it's just showing in general, which is that Drake is just a loser finger pointing cupcake Karen who can't handle confrontation, so he just runs away and says, hold me back, while there's absolutely nothing to hold back. And so just seeing Drake act like this, seeing him getting kicked out of a club because of the reason that he was acting bad and being disrespectful, and just understanding that these are things that are happening to him. And we can see, and we now have a real moment and a reference point where we can just witness Drake being an awful person. Well, this is important because as we are in this game,
you have a point. They just caught it. They caught it live. Him being and yelling at somebody. What was he doing to get kicked out of that club? This is the type of things that we need to ask. What was he doing to get kicked out of that club? Very peculiar.
with hip hop as a whole right now, where there is this effort to just defend and protect Drake and try and act like any of the genre's problems are not on him and he is the only good thing going for rap and it's him versus the rest of the corrupted space. And this is a narrative that people are seriously trying to push. I think on a very fundamental level, seeing somebody's character all messed up and all angry like this within the spot that we have, I just hope it helps people realize that the Drake we see presented to us constantly, whether it's from him, his team, OVO, or any of the other losers they roll around with, well, it's just a very different Drake than what we end up seeing when he is behind closed doors, when he is in public and he doesn't think anybody's looking, or when he is not in control of the narrative. And when you contrast that to Kendrick Lamar, and anytime you kind of do see him
in control of the narrative. Fantastic hip hop, you are cooking. You are chefing. For the first time, we see a moment where Drake is not in control of the narrative. Or is he in control of this narrative? Maybe he wanted to, the guy did say my boy. Maybe Drake put this up for God knows why. Why did he put this up?
Public and he's caught off guard. He's kind of just there chilling and seems like he's being a really decent, down-to-earth guy. And again, no matter what they try to say, there has not been a single thing that you could find on Kendrick that is showing that he is any of the things that they have tried to put on him and they have tried to say that he does on any level. Listen, I think these are...
That's because they don't have anything on that boy. You have nothing on him because you don't even know where he's at right now. And if Kendrick does let himself be shown, it's only him hanging out on the street or him doing push-ups or him doing burpees out in the park. He doesn't show himself doing anything. So the only thing you have to run on about Kendrick Lamar is his music and your imagination.
Very telling moments of people's character, which is just how they act, especially these higher profile celebrities, when they just don't feel like they need to put on a performance or when they need to act. And for Drake to just freak out like this and have this embarrassing meltdown of a moment, which is seemingly over a meltdown in the club. What you just wonder is when Drake goes to these places like Turks and Caicos or these other places that he tries to claim that he is like the face of, even though these are well-established spots that were doing just fine before him. Like, does Drake think he is just above everything there? And does he even feel like people are not doing these things generally, or he can get away with more weird stuff just because of the type of place he is at and the reputation he builds around himself, almost like a bubble? Because seriously, to see how not a lot of stuff does come out about Drake when he is on these escapades, but then a small clip comes out and we just found out as much information as we did in 8 seconds, which is that Drake is a horrible confrontationist. If he's mad at you, he's going to give you the Karen finger point, but also that he got removed from a major club to the point where even the security told Drake to get on out of here. And it was all because of the way he was acting, which, like, for that to happen, usually a lot of the times with a lot of these spaces, and Drake would want you to think this, the club ownership and the security and the staff, they would side with the celebrity over whoever else is in the building. I don't know. It just makes you think, what is really going on and what did Drake even do to get kicked out of the club the way he did? And that ultimately caused him to be as angry as he did, because it just does seem so strangely odd. But really with this situation, as it is starting to go viral and gain traction in this time where Drake is trying to just put everything on his character and on his word, and yet we are seeing stuff like this, what I think is very interesting here and what I think is very pivotal about this all is, well, not just how this is going to affect the narrative for Drake right now and show that he is just a garbage and terrible person, but like, is there any other clips from this night of Drake being
Jeez. That's crazy. You call somebody garbage? Jeez.
Kicked out of the club.
Jeez.
And is there any other things that we can see or any other
Oh my
stories
God.
or real evidence on why
Right.
any of this happened? Because seriously, just to see Drake get to this point, which does seem like a rare moment in terms of just the lineage of what we actually have recorded and documented of his own choices, decisions, and just the way he is moving as a whole. Well, listen, I just want to know what led up to this. Seriously, like, what did Drake do that the club told him to get out the way they did and that ultimately caused him to melt down the way he did? Because it can't just be a little thing to see somebody lose their composure and temper like we are seeing within that very clip, which just does look unflattering from however way you want to put it. And so really, Drake stans, I hope you realize that the guy that you have tried to just surround your entire personality, fandom, and music listenership to, he is not the same.
It's just corny. It's corny. You're a 38, sorry, my bad. You're a 39-year-old man acting that way. 39. Acting like that. It's corny. It's a cornball. You're a cornball. It's annoying. People like that are annoying. I'm sorry. It is the truth. I'm sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings. It's the truth. It's annoying. I see people like that at restaurants and I'm like, bro, it's not that serious. It really isn't. It's not that serious.
Same guy behind closed doors, and every single thing that he does to you is just a tactic and a way to create a facade to keep you as a fan and, well, give you a false ideology and perception on who he really is, how he's really moving, and just everything in between that's possibly fathomable. Because really, for Drake, that's what we are finding out at all points we see him, which is that the guy is just a full-blown actor who is acting almost every second of the day. And when we see something like this,
and you know what? What if he was acting at that moment? What if he was acting? What if that was just a skit to make his, whatever he wants to say, his persona evolve to the next level? What if that was an act for Iceman? Ooh, I got ice in my veins. I just pointed my finger at somebody. I said I'm going to go get my lawyers. We going to fold that up right now. What if it was all a facade and we're all here just laughing, continuously talking about it? Maybe we're the dumbasses. Maybe. I'm going to continue laughing because I think it's corny. That's all.
See his nasty side come out. Well, while there is a little acting in it in terms of him trying to act all tough and doing the hold me back thing and trying to intimidate people, we are still seeing the privileged, nasty, entitled, well, just crash out that is Aubrey Graham behind the scenes. And so listen, I just hope now if anybody has more information, we can really find out what happened here, because there is more to this story and you will not convince me otherwise. But for the...
Or maybe he hired that security guard. He's like, here, kick me out. That way my image can look better. Here, kick me out. I want to look a certain way.
Meantime, just keep this in your back pocket and add it to the list of stuff that Kendrick Lamar probably warned us about and maybe had more information on in his diss tracks and we just didn't uncover it, or he just never got to actually releasing and telling the full story. But I mean, just remember, with every awful and sassy Drake finger point, His entire name and reputation continues to plunder, and the more people that are now gonna see this awful interaction of the Drake freakout in Turks and Caicos, well, maybe Drake's gonna have to find a new place, because if this is what everybody thinks about when he tries to retreat to this spot that he tried to become an ambassador of, well, things are gonna get a lot worse for him, which somehow, even after everything we have already said, seen, saw, and talked about, is genuinely true, and it's only going to become more real very soon. And so yeah, that's all I got today. Let me know your thoughts on Drake just acting like this, looking like an absolute fool, and everything that this could mean, because genuinely, from the way Drake is getting kicked out, to how mad he was, to the bouncer telling him to get out, to everything about this situation, I think we can all admit that something is just so off, and we really do need answers, because what could be going down here that everything just turned out and needed to be framed the way it did? Now listen, if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out a ton, and it makes sure that everybody can see these stories, and it just makes a huge difference in helping me out, which I can't thank you enough. And listen, I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and I hope you have an amazing week. And if you want to stick around with me for a little longer and see how right before this, Drake tried to do comedy and acting once again in just one of the worst ways we've ever seen. But you know, maybe he's actually better at acting than rapping, and he really should consider switching into this more, because I have to say, I did get more enjoyment from Drake acting on the screen than I did from Drake rapping in years. Check out the suggested video. Now, no matter what I do,
you guys know what to do. Do the YouTube thing. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comment section. Now, here are my thoughts. I think it was all planned, or, you know, this was Drake's idea of him trying to scare away a lion or a bear. Trying to be something bigger. Trying to show that he was bigger than the bodyguard. Trying to shout at the person. I don't know what it was. We don't know until we get more information. But it was a funny video to watch. Thank you, Fantastic Hip Hop. This has been your boy Jtomreactions. Do the YouTube thing again. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that noti bell, and also hype the video. Again, shout out to Scott, Deldick, and Trashman706. Again, shout out to you guys. This has been your boy Jtomreactions. I'm out this bitch. Ya tu sabes. You guys already know. Let's go.